Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, thanks for all the well wishes with my first prep surgery sort of for my lung surgery coming up on Tuesday. Really do appreciate all the support out there. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling well today. No apparent air leaks or anything. Nothing's bleeding, so ready to go on Tuesday. But I do have some cruise news in the stories today. We have Princess Cruise Line is increasing their packages for Princess Plus and Princess Premier. I'll explain what that's all about. We also have a cruise passenger not too impressed with Carnival's situation on their no marijuana and no smoking in the staterooms policy when she complained and seemed to be the person being attacked as opposed to the person who was actually doing the offense. We also have Royal Caribbean issuing some issues about people stealing things on their cruise ships as well. And finally, we have Carnival Cruise Line seems to be now charging for some juices in breakfast that, well, it quite frankly used to be free. So our first story comes with Princess, and Princess not too long ago made a big change to their Princess Plus and Princess Premier, where they changed things around, right? Now Princess Plus is approximately $60 US per day per person, and Premier is $90 per person per day, and the Premier now includes unlimited specialty dining. It includes 4 devices on Wi-Fi, your gratuities. Princess Plus includes 1 device on Wi-Fi. It includes 2 casual meals. It includes, plus your desserts, etc. It still is a very good package deal. However, at the end of this month, on the 1st of next month, May, the price is going to cost you for both packages will go up $5 per person per day. Not a big jump, but in this situation, unlike last time, you're not getting anything extra. Like last time they raised the prices, you got, well, we're going to give you the casual dining in it, or we're going to give you unlimited specialty dining in the photo package. Now it's just a cost raise. With the cost of everything else going up in the world, Princess is going right along with that and raising the prices for us as well for the packages. So beware of that. If you don't want to hit that, book your cruise before the end of this month. Next, let's talk about Carnival. And you used to be able to get some juices on Carnival at breakfast. You could get pineapple juice, orange juice, apple juice, tomato juice. Now it seems that that's changed, and it seems like in the dining hall, the only 2 juices that are free now are apple and orange. If you want something else, you're going to be charged. Now, if you go up on the Lido deck, you can still get the guava juice. That's like guava and orange, I believe it is. That's still complimentary up there as well. But in the main dining room, if you're going for breakfast in the morning, or the buffet area, beware that, it's basically apple and orange juice now that's not charged, according to reports that are out there. And it seems like even John Heel kind of confirmed this as well. Next, let's talk about Royal Caribbean, and they are talking about thieves on their ships, as some passengers have reached out and warned people for door decorations. A lot of people love to do in fact, the cruise lines sell sometimes the door decorations, right? Like happy birthday, happy anniversary. A lot of people like to collect them over their various cruises and display them when they're on the ship. It can range anything from husband and wife cruising together, or our very first cruise, or just anything from happy anniversary, we love cruising, anything at all. Well, apparently some people who were on the Utopia of the Seas ended up having door thieves, and it happened on numerous cabins and numerous decks where the thieves were, took things off the door. Now, you would think on cruise ships known for having cameras everywhere, that if I said, hey, somebody stole things off my door, that you would be able to search it down, have somebody in security go over the footage of the hallway outside that cabin and be able to pinpoint who it was with the facial recognition. But it doesn't seem like that's being done too often. It doesn't seem like people are being caught doing this, as many of them, just steal it and get away with it. A lot of times it's kids, and the cruise lines just kind of let it go, and not wanting it, because if they go and confront the parents, stealing on a cruise ship is an automatic ban. So now that family gets banned for life because their child took what looked like a pretty ship model that caught their eye off the door, and the parents might not have even known about it. But still, you have to be responsible. Sometimes it's just people being bad, right? Adults, teenagers, just taking things that they like or not liking, if you will. Sometimes it's people who don't like the door decorations on the ships. So beware. It doesn't only happen on Royal Caribbean. It happens on Carnival. It happens on Princess. It happens on Disney. It happens all over the place. And so beware of that situation. And finally, let's talk about a fellow YouTuber and TikToker, Cruising with Jen. And she was recently on a Carnival cruise ship. She's staying in a cabin on deck 7. And she noticed a very distinct, strong smell of, a banned substance coming through into her cabin and into the hallways. She called down security and said, hey, somebody is smoking this stuff in their cabin and it's affecting my cabin, etc. And before you know it, security showed up. But they showed up at her door and questioned her about the items. She just thought nothing of it, too much and everything, but the smell persisted for the rest of the cruise. And finally, on the second last night of the cruise, there was some notices sent all on that deck 7 in that area saying that Carnival is investigating, aware of somebody breaking the rules and smoking this in their cabin, etc. And then if they're caught, they will be charged $500 and possible banning, all the kind of things that's supposed to go on if you're smoking in your cabin. Anything from vaping to cigarettes to pot to, you just name it, a pipe, cigars, anything, you could be banned for life and fined. Well, as she was leaving her cabin that night again, after the notices were sent out, she found it was even stronger than normal, so much so that she could actually walk up and, oh, this is the cabin. This is definitely cabin right here. You can, it's super strong right here and not strong everywhere else. So she could find out where it was. She called down security again, then went up to the buffet to eat. And when she got back, security was there. But they were waiting for her at her door and asked to come into her room, where she opened up the room. Look, come on in. She had nothing to hide. She didn't smoke. She didn't do any of that stuff. They searched the room, obviously found nothing. And then as they were leaving, she watched them and they walked right past the offending cabin's door, which was apparently still clearly, you could still smell the odor very, very strongly, and just continued to walk on by and did nothing. And then apparently another notice was sent out the next day saying that they're investigating, but they haven't really found anything. And this left her very frustrated, as it would most people in this situation. If you see somebody offending and breaking the rules and you report it and you know who's doing it, you can tell who's doing it. But apparently they didn't seem too interested in finding out, which is very surprising, because it doesn't matter what the person's smoking or doing in the cabin. If they're breaking the rule, especially lighting something in their cabin smoking, fire is like the biggest threat of a cruise ship out there. And so kind of surprising they didn't take this more seriously. We tried to reach out to some Carnival people, haven't heard back yet, but apparently that was on the Carnival Valor. Cruising with Jen has it on her channel if you want to go check it out. So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever encountered that, where somebody was breaking the rules directly beside your cabin? I've had that happen with noise and things like that, especially in places like I'm going through Glacier Bay and somebody's blaring their speaker out on the in their cabin as loud as possible while we're going through a place like Glacier Bay. Huge rule breakers, totally annoying, and what gets even more frustrating is when the cruise lines don't seem to react when they should. Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.